you get negative cash flow. Let's see, who can tell me, Paris or Loftus, what is a positive cash flow? Para, what's a positive cash flow?
Teacher,
Yes.
why I think it's like if we have more inflow than outflow, we have to pay more tax, right?
So technically, when you have a larger outflow than you have inflow, the majority of the time it would mean that you would need to take on loans. It would mean that you are spending more money than you have available. Um, the only way that you can sustain it is by having a lot of money to start with. Um, if
Oh,
you, the positive thing about a negative cash flow, if you have a negative cash flow, you can actually avoid paying certain taxes because you can say, my company is not profitable, so I cannot afford to pay taxes. Whereas if your company is very cash positive, if you are earning a lot of cash but not spending a lot of it, your company would more often than not pay higher taxes, um, due to the fact that they have more disposable income. Does that make sense?
yes. Sometimes I
Yeah.
think about the cash flow of Roblox too, because it
Yeah,
have more inflow than cash flow outflows.
yeah. Like if you have more money coming in than you've got going out, you're going to end up paying a lot of tax. If you have less money coming in and more money going out, you're going to pay less tax. For example, if you go and you farm for a lot of different items and you start selling it, you're going to have a larger inflow than outflow. And eventually, you're going to have a large stockpile of a lot of money, which will allow you to have a larger outflow than inflow because you have a lot of money saved up. So I can spend more than I'm earning. Does that make sense, right? Now, I want to ask you, Alice, do you think it's possible to have a negative cash flow if you have no money to start with?
No.
No. What would happen?
I'm not sure.
You're not sure. So what would you do if you spent more, or if you had to spend more money than you earn? What would you do to sustain that, or what would you do to be able to do that?
I have to work more.
You'd have to work more, or you'd need to take out a loan, which is obviously not the most ideal thing to do. Now, my next question, Solly, how do some people arrive at a negative cash flow?
How they they spend too much money to buy something that they like.
Yeah, they spend more money than they earn. Now, how does that affect you, Solly? If you spend more money than you earn, how does it affect
Then
you?
one day you won't have any money,
Yeah,
and
first of all, you won't have any money. And second,
and
how would you be able to sustain it?
uh,
You would need to go into
into
debt, right? Wouldn't you have to go into debt if you want to sustain a negative cash flow? I mean, we don't, unless we can find someone to give us a lot of money, we won't be able to arrive or to get sustain a negative cash flow. Um, Now, my next question, thank you, Saleh. Len, can you tell me, um, do you think there are some people that always have a positive cash flow?
I think there are some people like that.
Yeah, how do you think they exist?
Yes, because I don't know, every people can if they try.
Hmm? So, do you think it is easy to do it, or what do you need to do? Do you think those people have or save a lot of money? Do you think they work smart? Do you think they use a budget? What do you think they do to sustain a positive cash flow?
Okay, so I think they have a high salary, they have to save a lot, and they spend less than they have.
Hmm. So they adhere to a strict budget. They say, I know this month I'm getting 5 million dong, but I only need to spend 3 million dong to survive. So I will be able to save 2 million dong. And at the end or start of the month, they take that 2 million dong and they put it away. That way they know they've saved all the money. Uh, Now, our final question for discussion. Thank you very much. What do you think it means to have a balanced cash flow? Zoom, what do you think it means to have a balanced cash flow? Zoom, are you here? Nope. Dan, are you here? Okay, so Dan, can you maybe tell me what does it mean to have a balanced cash flow?
Like maybe like you have enough money to like buy food and stuff. Like it's really even and
So if you have a
you don't
balanced
have a
cash flow,
negative, but you also don't have much of a positive cash.
so Dan, if you have a balanced cash flow, if we want to call it that, do you think you can buy luxuries?
No. I think like
But
you earn
will you,
enough money that you can use to buy stuff like
you earn
just
enough to
food
survive, but
and
not
stuff.
enough to thrive?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Basically.
Now, if we think about this, do you think a lot of people live like this? What do you think,
Yeah.
Scarlett? Oh, thank you, Dan. Yeah, you think so? Do you think it's a very common thing? Do you think there are a lot of people, or more people that have a balanced cash flow, more people that have a negative cash flow, or more people that have a positive cash flow? Hui, what do you think? Do you think there are more people with a balanced, a negative, or a positive cash flow?
Positive cash flow.
You think there are more people with a positive cash flow? Why do you think that?
Because there's people that sell the stocks for more money.
Yeah, but those are very few individual people. Well, that's a very small elite group of people. The majority of people don't have a positive cash flow. I don't think they have a negative cash flow, but most people have what we can call a somewhat balanced cash flow. Most people earn enough money to survive and do the basics, but not enough money to upgrade or improve their lives in a